tatocat and welcome to my channel. Today we are playing Lucid9. Last time we didn't kill a girl like I thought we were going to. We did die, but we're pretending that didn't happen. We're pretending I chose the right thing all along. We ended up in a hospital for a long time. Found out Masato saved us. Everything's kind of happy, but we're still in the hospital, and that's kind of where we left off. Alright, let's continue. This time, it's Misaki who slips through the door. She wordlessly walks over to my side and embraces me. I stiffen awkwardly at her touch. Miki? I'm so glad you're okay, Yama. When I heard they were allowing visitors, I rushed here as soon as I could. I was starting to think I would never see you again. She drops off into silence. For a moment I feel her fingers clutching at my hospital gown. Yahiko and Masato told me about the investigation, about your involvement with the case. Yeah, sorry for not telling you. You didn't have to. I just wanted to say, you did well, Yama. The simple words make my throat swell. Before I can respond, she releases me, settling in the chair nearest my bed. I immediately take note of the stress weighing on her features. She looks a lot more tired than I remember. Something wrong? It's just something about the case still worries me. Have you heard about the recent uproar on Patter? Can't say that I have. Well, it seems the murders caused a political firestorm. People are angry at how the government handled the incident. Wait, why is the government getting backlash? Aren't the murders a local issue? Misaki shakes her head. After his re-election last week, Mayor Inori held a press conference. According to reports, Mr. Ryota was an immigrant. Not many are happy that a foreigner was able to murder innocent civilians within their borders, so the mayor blamed Japan's government for granting amnesty to undocumented workers to compensate for the financial crash in 2007. He even proposed for Isamu to break away from the country's incompetence by becoming an independent state. I can only remain in stunned silence at this revelation. Mayor Inori is using the murders as a political platform. With all this attention revolving around Ryota, why is the Academy being excluded from the media? Do you know if they mentioned the Academy at all? They haven't. That's what worries me the most. It's almost as if she trails off, seemingly lost in thought. As if what? As if someone were attempting to cover up the school's involvement. A cover-up? I know it's a bit of a stretch, but listen to this. She retrieves her phone from her pocket. Remember how the Academy has quite a few sponsors? Isn't that why it's so prestigious? You know, career day and all. Exactly. So I figured, what if they were afraid of people knowing they were affiliated with a school who hired a murderer? Then, how were they able to censor the media? That, I still don't know. She says this dejectedly, sinking into her seat. Yama. Yeah. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have worried you with this. It's fine. Thanks for telling me. I suppose I should let you rest. I still need to speak with Rui. I'm sure you'll be alright. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Miki. Of course. Rest well, Yama. After flashing one last smile, she strides out the door. It was surprising to see Misaki so anxious, but then again, it's only natural considering everything that's just happened. The Academy is being excluded from the media. The citizens are fed up with the government. Mayor Inori is calling for sovereignty It seems change is imminent for Isamu. The fact that the murders have garnered so much attention on the scale still boggles my mind. Well, it was a lot of murder. And all of them were kids. Not wanting to dwell on it for too long, I forced myself to clear my head. I can think more on this later. For now, I should focus on the people around me. That's probably all I can do. The next visitor comes around an hour after Misaki. She's dressed in her school uniform like she's just an ordinary student going to an ordinary school, ready to face another long day of ordinary classes and ordinary teachers. The sight is so ordinary that it makes my throat sore. After these past 3 months, after remembering how she dragged me through therapy, after all of that she's been through, just looking at her makes me hopeful that life will one day return to normal. She kicks back in the chair by my bed, face shining with a typical grin. Morning, lazyhead. Morning. What's with the uniform? I don't know. I kind of missed it after a while. Come again? It's not all that bad. I mean, being forced to wear it kind of sucks, but when you don't have to wear it anymore, it feels weird. Like, hey, I'm still a second year. I have another 365 days before I become an old foggy. I flick her in the forehead with a mocking frown. Who are you calling old foggy? Who do you think? Are you sure you want to stick with that statement? What's that supposed to mean? You know, being an old foggy is a pretty good life. I get killer discounts, I don't have to work, and I have a free pass to say any offensive thing I want. Oh, on second thought, never mind. Too late. Now I have old person privileges. Heaven help us all. It's a little weird teasing each other like this after what we've just been through, but I wouldn't have it any other way. You know, this would function as an amazing segue to a different topic of conversation. Oh no, don't do it. Speaking of old foggies, how are your parents doing? I hate you. I know. She kicks my bed a little but petulantly responds. They've been visiting over the past few months. They couldn't come in here though because, you know, because I was isolated, because I was unstable. But I could leave to talk with them anytime. They're really thankful. It'd be nice if you'd come over for dinner sometime. They'd like to talk to you about something. Anytime. Sounds like we're both going back to Seto. Yeah, since school's closed, they want me to go back home. Probably tomorrow. They visited earlier. You didn't see them? No, I was probably sleeping. Maybe. Did something happen? Oh, well, you know, Dad said that something important happened at work. You probably got caught up in it as usual. Well, that makes sense. Rui bites her lip and meets my gaze. I really think that you should contact your parents. The air grows a little chilly. My fingers dig into the blankets. No, the hospital probably has. Okay. We sit in silence for another moment as Rui works to find words to say. Yama. But the door suddenly flies open, and familiar faces pour into the room. Yahiko, Masato, Misaki, Akira, Elizabeth, and Irie all race to my bedside. Up and at him, Coach. You have hereby been acquitted of all crimes. What? I think she means you're allowed to leave the hospital. And the doctors told you guys this, not me? Come on, man. Only Pansy sits around and twiddles his thumbs when there's work to be done. In other words, you got tired of waiting. Well, technically, my good minion, Yama, is officially released, all to my considerable influence. Uh-huh, I'm sure. Actually, the scary thing is that he's probably telling the truth. I really need to ask him about, well, everything, eventually. Oh, get up already. Elizabeth suddenly seizes my arm and pulls me out of bed, shoving a handful of clothing in my face. Get dressed. We have something to show you. The others smile excitedly, poised on the tips of their toes. Rui grins encouragingly. Lead the way. After giving me a few minutes to change into a spare uniform, we check out of the hospital and clamber into a limousine supposedly paid for by Yahiko. The group's in a chatty mood as we wind down the streets to the familiar shopping complex by the academy. Laughter, jokes, and teasing chase away the tension in the air. We stop in front of Cafe de la Paix, where Yahiko bounds up to the door and opens it with a flourish. Huh. Deja vu. After you, my good minions. I'm flooded as we step through the door. Colorful streamers and balloons are plastered around half of the cafe, decorated with letters proclaiming, "Welcome back, heroes," hanging from the ceiling. Isn't that the half of the cafe we're seeing? Again, free game. It's a stark contrast from sophisticated furnishings, but that doesn't stop my gratitude. This is for us. I certainly don't see anyone else. You guys. Maria covers her face with her hands. Thank you. I ain't nothing. Just a couple of balloons and streamers. I wanted to rent a dragon. Elizabeth said it'd be a fire hazard. Not to mention the minor problem that dragons don't exist anymore. Anymore? Dragons don't exist anymore? Okay. Hey, don't forget who's paying for all of this. Praise me. Wow, to think that he would actually say that out loud. Thank you for your generosity. Elizabeth says these words plainly and honestly. Could they actually be getting along? But of course, my lady, this is pocket change in comparison to the Ikari family treasury. Elizabeth's good mood quickly falters, but Misaki's eyes light up in realization. Pocket change? Ikari wealth is insurmountable, lovely maiden. Truly, your generosity is unimaginable. How kind your spirit is to provide our lowly company with bountiful feast of refreshments. Wait, refreshments? Oh, so you agree? The hospitality of an Ikari is beyond measure. I shall make certain that all my followers learn of this. All of your followers? Okay, Miki, that's just evil. I believe that 8 orders of high tea will be sufficient for a party. High tea? No time to write that, Pat. This is beginning to feel like extortion. Okay, 8 orders of high tea. Coming right up. The poor soul. I watch with sympathy as he slides over to the counter attempting to flirt with a server for a discount. Meanwhile, Akira and Elizabeth have dragged 3 tables together and arranged 8 chairs in an even ellipse. Have a seat. We've something special planned. Even more than all this? You didn't think we dragged your asses all the way here just to drink some plant water, did you? It's the best way of explaining tea. Tea's delicious, but it is indeed plant water. Elizabeth seems fairly offended at this disparagement of her beloved tea, but remains silent as Misato flings something out of his backpack. Ta-da! A heavy, ragged binder lands squarely in the center of the table, stuffed to the brim with stacks of paper. A binder. Oh, the last time I saw one of these was during the Edo period. It ain't that old. Yeah, it's not that old. We're all surprised when Irie suddenly snatches the binder, flipping through it like a madman. She smiles, the closest thing I've ever seen to a broad smile from her.
It's an RP.
Yeah.
Can I be GM?
Her eyes are almost shining. I've never seen her so happy before. Sure, I was gonna do it, no one wanted, but...
I want to.
Huh, role-playing? Who would have thought?
I didn't know you liked board games, Masato.
What? This ain't a board game. This is an artifact of story creation that weaves intricate tales of a hero's development. Me and the boys at home played it all the time. Little Hibiki had to be a healer though, because he couldn't sustain a good pounding. I have an ominous feeling about this. How exactly did you play RPGs? Acted it out, of course. How else are you supposed to play them?
Oh boy.
Who needs dice anyway? This way it's all down to skill.
No, dice are imperative.
This firm word from Irie shocks us into a brief silence. Dice are pansy. Well, hey, you're GM. That was frightening. For a moment I swear that Irie was radiating death aura. It might be best to get on her good side. So, what should we do first?
You must create a character. Wait, I must develop a word lore.
Irie narrows her eyes in concentration for a brief moment.
Steampunk setting. You are an Igler metropolis, a bustling city where clockwork machinery see to your needs and humans find ways to reach the heavens. Your fortunes are blessed, placing you squarely in the middle class. The metropolis is enlightened and thriving. Of this, you are grateful. Please choose one of the following classes. The knight, a powerful yet cumbersome fighting type. The heister, a rogue of sly mind and wit, with nimble feet and fingers. The alchemist, a master of magical artifacts and elements with scientific twist. The doctor, a knowledgeable cleric. Generally for girls. The musketeer, a champion of firearms. The engineer, an inquisitive innovator of ingenious inventions. The entertainer, vulnerable to battle but charming and convincing.
Wait, did she really just come up with that in just 5 seconds?
Wow, they all sound so fun. I don't know what to pick.
Ain't it obvious? There's only one good class. Here we go. Time for Mercenary Masato, the unbeatable fighter. The Doctor. Wait, what?
Masato, you know that the doctor's the healing type, right?
What do you think I am, an idiot? I've always wanted to be the cleric, but they always made me the fighter. Well, this is getting interesting.
Very well, Masato Doctor.
She doesn't even seem phased.
As for me, I'll be the heister. Sounds exciting.
And I'll try my hand at the musketeer. That fits with your aim. She whips in my direction, ready for a snapping comeback, but realizes I was complimenting her.
Oh, thank you.
Her aim was really impressive.
I'll be the entertainer.
Oh, so useless?
You say that when you're in a foreign nation, and the only thing keeping us from the chopping block are my lyre skills.
An entertainer could be really useful. Not that I'll say that out loud.
So, Dr. Masato, Heister Akira, Musketeer Elizabeth, Entertainer Rui, Yama Misaki, and Yahiko remain. Yama, why don't you pick first?
Sure. I overview the list of classes in my head. Logically, we should probably all pick different classes so that we're a balanced group. That leaves me with alchemist, engineer, or knight. Being a knight sounds like I'll just have to do a lot of fighting. Being an alchemist sounds really cliche. I guess I'll be an engineer. What do they do exactly?
Engineer stuff, of course.
Yes, Akira, so I gathered. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
In that case, I'll be a knight. What? Not an alchemist? Being an alchemist sounds so boring. Knights are much more heroic and daring.
Well, that's no surprise.
Now to start.
Whoa, hold up. Yahiko suddenly pops next to me, apparently done with ordering the budget-breaking 8 high teas.
Masato, my man, I thought we agreed that we don't need to use pen and paper.
We did? Without responding, Yahiko reaches into his own backpack and displays some things around the table.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
It isn't Christmas.
Yahiko gifts our site codes, gleaming with the shininess of newly released product. Where could Yahiko have gotten these? He's the Nikari.
Technically, they're just prototypes, but they should work amazingly well for our purposes.
As we fit our futuristic spectacles over our eyes, Irie taps the table with impatience.
Yahiko, you must pick a class.
Class?
Well, strategically speaking, you should pick the remaining class, which is Alchemist.
Your command is my wish, milady. What's with the stairs? Am I supposed to come up with a name and backstory and all that? Well, if you insist. I'm 0.0017 kilometers tall. Eyes as blue as an Egyptian oasis. I was crafted by angels and fell from the heavens. My clothing is skin tight, which helps pronounce my amazing figure. What strikes you speechless, minions, my dashing good looks?
That's not exactly how I would put it.
Hey, I have a great idea. Why don't we get started, Irie?
Thank you, Rui.
That's not an idea at all, but very well.
Our very literal GM proceeds to close her eyes, speaking in a soft rolling tone, reminiscent of the most skilled storytellers.
You receive a letter promising power and prestige. You will simply enter the cavern tower at 2000 hours and ask for Eon. What shall you do?
Go, of course, oughtn't waste a moment of time.
I agree. Full steam ahead, people.
Well, power and prestige?
It's all fun and dandy. But there's money involved, though?
I'm a heister, see.
All we care for is some shinies, huh?
She's barely understandable. I'm not putting up with this throughout the entire RP. Wait, Akira. It's steampunk. We shall all speak in British accents. Oh no, I can't do British. If looks could kill, Elizabeth would certainly be a murderer. Don't you dare, Yama Ishimoto. I can't do it. Talio, we've done quite the bang-up job in our character creations, if I do say so myself. I'm not even going to try a British accent. At least, definitely not in Yama's voice. Akira and Rui apparently don't notice that I'm teasing, merely lighten up with excitement. Yep, not doing it.
That's a splendid idea.
I do believe that you landed upon something quite profound, Yama Ishimoto. Elizabeth buries her face in her hands, but the pair continues on, oblivious. Again, still not doing British.
Well, Rui, under these circumstances, it would be prudent to meet this person together, would it not? Oh yes, incredibly, I quite agree.
Irie cuts in with her solid monotone, earning Elizabeth some relief. Well, Elizabeth certainly enjoy me reading this because I'm not using a British accent.
Elizabeth, Misaki, Akira, and Rui are en route, and
Well, it wouldn't be a party without the great Yahiko Hikari.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too. Sure, why not?
very well.
Irie closes her eyes, contemplating for a moment, then opens them with renewed fervor.
En route to the Beta Tavern, you suddenly encounter a rabid horde of Cretinous Dingbats.
What?
It's something Shigure says often.
The police? And suddenly, I'm not surprised anymore.
Prepare for battle.
Tokens spring up on our monitors representing rows of hard-faced Cretinous Dingbats. Where are the hard face of Cretinous Dingbats? I see these things. Is this what a Cretinous Dingbat is?
Hold up, citizens, stand back. This is a job for President J. Graves. Go Mecha mobilize.
You have no ability by that title.
Then I unleash a fiery storm of death, for I am the alchemist.
Ladies and gentlemen, power gaming at its finest.
I see. Roll.
Yahiko does so. You got a 1.
You drop the spellbook on your toe.
What?
Sorry, man, but you gotta stick to being a model.
Error. 404. Model class does not exist.
Maybe it'll work out if he models as an alchemist.
No, I protest. These dice must be weighted.
But they're digital, Yahiko. They can't be weighted.
Look,
Let's just have Melee in front, ranged in back, and Rui in the far back.
this matter should be fairly simple considering that it's the first battle in the game.
Okay. What exactly do I do?
You just gotta play for us, Rui. We'll keep you safe.
Yeah, and Yama will protect you.
Or Misato, you know, whoever.
A bar boosts team stats and morale. If you roll high, you may even provide others with an extra turn. Wow, it sounds so useful.
You do know that essentially you're just plucking around on wood and metal, right?
Shut up, Yama.
Right, let's start this battle before everything turns to rubbish.
Irie, I hired that dodgy tosser by the front.
Dodgy. Tosser.
Shut up, Yama. I think your accent is really cool.
Thank you. 17. She rolls out the monitor. For once, it's actually a high number.
Direct hit musketeer of the Cretinous Dingbat crumples into the dust of ignorance whence it came.
I'm pretty sure that phrase also came from Shigure.
Then, I'll attack nearby enemies.
I have to say I like the detail that is going on to moving crap around the screen. Because normally they say it and it doesn't really do anything, but they're actually like making it move around. Also, why is the doctor in the front? Shouldn't he be in the back with Rui? She rolls another decent hit.
Another Cretinous Dingbat has fallen by the blade of the knight. Ha! As if these Dingbats could ever handle me.
In that case, I slit the throat of that one in the back. and with a final high roll, the Cretinous Dingbat falls beneath the crooked blade of the heister.
Only one Cretinous Dingbat remains.
I gut it with my scalpel.
You're a cleric, Misato. I don't think you should get anywhere near those enemies.
You banging on my medical school? I'll show ya.
You scratched the Cretinous Dingbat.
Scratch?
I told you so. Well, it wasn't terrible at least.
Yeah, Yukiko dropped his book on his foot. Poor Misato. He must be used to winning from acting out RPs instead of rolling for them.
Yama, you should move.
Huh? Oh yeah. I consider my options for a moment. I could just fire at it with a pistol, I guess, but that seems kind of bland. What's the Cretinous Dingbat made out of?
Cogs, gears, and steam.
Okay, I take the nearest pipe and stick it into the mechanism to jam it. That's an innovative idea.
But why do something so boring when you can make it explode into a ball of fire?
Because I might drop my spellbook onto my toes.
What kind of dummy would do that?
You Yukiko. Gee, I wonder.
Oh,
I do so and... Wow. Of all times to be lucky.
20? Coach Lucky Luckerson. In one swift motion, you throw the pole through the cogs at a critical point. The mechanism locks in place, overheats and explodes in a ball of fire.
What?
Congratulations, you have cleared the first battle. Your rewards are...
Wait, hold up. No, I cannot let a mere peasant surpass the greatness of Govermecker. Let's just skip to the next battle.
What?
Yeah, oh, and make it a big one, the final battle. 5 armies clashing upon a battlefield of darkness and leading forces of light is the great hero, President J. Graves.
Backing away slowly now.
No, Rui. Back away quickly. Yukiko classic antics. I didn't realize how much I appreciated them until now.
Very well, you teleport to the final battle surrounded by enemies on all sides. Wait, what? But we haven't even a chance to level up.
It's my shot to sit how the Shaken doctors are made of. We stare at him in silence, completely bewildered by the foreign words being put out of his mouth. Well, all of us save for one, of course.
You do understand you're a healer, right? You should focus on keeping us alive, not showing off.
Misaki's response is quick and forceful, fully understanding what Misato just said.
Miki, you know what he's saying?
Of course I do. You don't?
Oh, wait. He was speaking street, wasn't he?
Speaking street? She's probably referring to the slang that reigns over the poor districts of Isamu. I guess that Masato's random word vomit is actually street slang. That makes sense. Hey, Megumi. You speak street too? Again, he can't say her name correctly.
Misaki. And yes, I suppose I picked it up while I was in District 6.
Everyone seemed surprised by this revelation. Well, everyone except Ruin and I.
It sounds so cool. Can you be our translator? Sure.
Aces. Intertouch my street nor kin when these in get fit.
You can brush up on your street, but I doubt would be any useful. Whoa, you understand everything?
Misaki shrugs her shoulders.
It sort of slipped into my diction, I guess. But that's not important right now. Let's continue the battle.
Ah yes, the very abrupt battle of 5 armies all because of Yahiko Ikari. Excuse me? The great Yahiko Ikari?
Oh, one detail.
Suddenly a flood of monsters pop up on our sight codes, practically burning our eyes with light.
The other 4 armies are allied and fighting you.
All?
4 armies? Oh gosh, yeah guys, let's not do this. Can't we just go back to the tavern and go through the RP like normal people?
You question the will of the great Ikari? We are not good citizens. President J. Graves can fight this whole horde with one arm behind his back.
I'm never going back. The past isn't the past. And I'm a doctor.
Yes.
Yes, you are. I take it that we're fighting then?
Yes. Okay, well, don't we maybe all die terrible deaths?
Lighten up, it's a game. We're bound to die anyway. It's true in games and life. We tap our sight codes to take our positions, hopefully they're strategically sound. From what I can tell, Irie's at least nice enough to keep the enemies at the same level as us. Hopefully, this is actually beatable. I highly doubt it. Akira suddenly moves her icon in front of the others, pacing back and forth like a war general speaking to her unit.
A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and...
No, Akira.
Oh, Coach. What's the fun in having a final battle if you can't have the epic speech?
Why do I suddenly get the feeling that we've had this exchange before? Whatever. Make it quick.
Fine, fine. I'll make it a little more interesting. Men, women, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your hippopotamuses.
Wait, what?
This day, we fight. And with that, Irie, I'd like to pickpocket the nearest enemy.
Akira's attempt is a failure, but at least she doesn't pay dearly for it. But Irie surprises us by breaking in right after Akira's turn is over.
The Clockwork Goblin, on flank, surges forward and attacks Rui. Rui, roll for dodge.
Immediately the token on our screen darts to the vulnerable backline, where Masato and Rui are wide open.
Akira, if you move left, our backline wide open. Uh-oh. Relax. At the very least, my dex is really high.
She presses her finger on the frame of her sight code. The fateful die lands on her display.
A1? Are you serious? Great galloping gophers.
Even with your substantial modifier, Rui, do not dodge.
You must be really unlucky today. No, wait, there has to be some kind of mistake.
Unfortunately, dear Rui, the mistake seems to be yours, says the guy who dropped a book on his foot.
No man saw y'all slip do it up.
Masato says that everything is your fault, Yahiko, and you need to fix it.
Me? Why me?
You're the new president for the puncher.
You're the one who insisted on having this battle.
Okay, I'll fix it.
No, wait. I'm sure Yama will be more than happy to revive you using mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
What?
Yama, roll with strength, dexterity, constitution, and intelligence modifier. No, it's real life.
We have no physical dice.
I mean that he should do CPR on Rui in real life. What? Oh, this is getting interesting.
You guys can't be serious.
I have no opinion on the matter.
Wait, Rui's dead? Is she a zombie?
She's a vampire.
No, she isn't. Hence, why there's no need for CPR.
Don't worry, Rui, I'll do it. He has a crush on her.
Oh, gosh,
Misato, there's literally no reason to perform CPR.
Whoa, dude, you sound intense.
aw, someone's getting jealous.
I'm not getting jealous.
That's what a jealous person would say.
Miki. The group breaks out into laughter at my expense. I feel betrayed. Hey guys, lay off Yama. Yeah.
That's his rival and his love for Rui.
I'll take one for the team.
You know what? I have a great idea. Why don't I just, stay dead?
Although she'd rather die than kiss Misato. Ouch. Suddenly a die roll on our monitors to break the flow of conversation.
Who wrote that? Not I. Nor I. It was me.
Aya pauses for a moment, glancing at her GM references before pronouncing judgment.
Rui did not die. She has, however, been mortally wounded and taken captive by enemy forces.
Did...
What? This doesn't seem to be better than death. Why is my luck so awful?
Don't worry one bit, Rui. We'll save ya.
Misato? From a strategic standpoint, that is impossible. Don't you see how many enemies fortify the base?
That ain't no problem. We gotta save Rui. Is this the operative we or the royal we?
Remember who you're talking about, Yama. Misato is probably the most literal human being I know.
Irie's more literal. That's true, but... You saying you ain't gonna lift a finger. Tiny one. I charged through enemy lines like a man. He types inside code to roll.
You die.
Misato's face crumples as if Christmas has been cancelled.
Oh, maybe you should have said it a little softer. You die. This is a good example of why you must look before you leap.
Honestly, what are you thinking? Charging in like a bull is quite possibly the worst, the strategic decision you could ever make. Yeah? What are y'all doing? Nothing. Cut me up all you want, but you ain't any better than our enemies standing around like a bunch of dummers. This is punctuated by a very long silence. Oh my.
Dummers?
Standing around?
Yama, let's save Rui.
I concur. We must rescue Rui at once.
Roger that. Operation Saving Private Rui is a go.
Climb every mountain.
Ford every stream.
Follow every rainbow till you find your dream.
Why are you guys so old?
Well, coach, give us the orders.
Me?
It's the least you can do. You've been utterly useless thus far. I trust your judgment, Yama.
Huh. Well, I don't know what possessed them, but for some reason I appreciate their faith. So it looks like we have to fight through a huge mass of enemies to get to Rui. No way around, this will definitely take some sacrifices. Essentially, my best chance is to use the others to pull the forces away, little by little, like an elite guerrilla task force. Well, when I think about it, it's not really fair to just sacrifice the others. I'll distract them. Anyone remaining, make a break for Rui.
What?
Are you sure, Yama?
Or is the ever-famous act of noble idiocy? The heated fire of his love is unquenchable, even in the face of death. Or simply stupidity. I doubt that this decision is strategically sound.
Just get Rui, yeah? I guide my token to the flank of the giant forces. Irie, throw as many explosive and weapons as possible into the army to draw their attention. This is accompanied with a decent roll. A horde of tokens swarm around me before I can blink.
You are now surrounded by clockwork goblins. That's the cue. Are you fools?
Akira, Elizabeth, and Misaki charge through the newly opened gap with fervor as I quickly succumb to the giant group of goblins. Stay focused, the end is in sight. But just as she utters this, the guards by the prisoner of war camp seem to double in number.
Some goblins were sleeping. Uh-oh.
Some? The puny resistance force is quickly stamped out by the new horde, leaving Rui hopeless in the clutches of goblins.
Game over. You're all dead.
No, not all of us. Have you so easily forgotten the general still stands? Govermucker mobilize. My firestorm, Irie.
Roll.
What, again?
You drop your spellbook on your other toe.
I call foul. Something's wrong with the RNG, dude.
There cannot be anything wrong with the RNG. It's simply an RNG.
But...
It's alright, dude. I'm getting late anyway. Almost time for my curfew. Huh, already? I checked the time. It's actually 5:40. I guess we must have left the hospital pretty late.
Besides, the RP was really fun. And I'm sure it would have been more fun if someone didn't insist on skipping to the final battle without a plan. I also really enjoyed it. My compliments to the GM.
Wait, are we leaving? But the high tea just got here.
Sure enough, two servers have bustled out from the back rooms, arms laden with trays of teapots and dainty sandwiches. My stomach grumbles, embarrassingly loud. Everything looks delicious. Well, if it's food. He promptly sits down, unashamedly digs in. Well, that was easy.
This is all due to Yahiko's generosity, everybody. Make sure to express your gratitude. Thanks, Yahiko. Your gratitude knows no bounds, oh fantastical benevolence.
I appreciate your generosity, if little else. Thanks, man.
Oh, well, you know, this is just pocket change to... Don't say that. This is just pocket change to Nikari.
Note to self, never get on Misaki's bad side. She's totally got Yahiko wound around her little finger. I try a scone on the near straight. It crumbles delectably in my mouth, perfectly cooked. Wow, this is really good stuff. Thanks, Yahiko.
But of course, after all, a proper world dictator must keep his minions well fed.
At times like this, I wonder if the world run by Yahiko would actually be that bad.
Generosity is popular with the ladies, after all.
I take that back. I take all of it back. After scooping some treats onto a plate, I return to my seat. Unlike the last time we were all together, no one's separated into groups. Everyone's sitting around the same table, chatting with smiles on their faces. It's heartwarming. So, hypothetically speaking, what would you do if all politicians slowly turned into chairs?
Well, they'd at least be somewhat useful.
Oh, Rui with the burns. The authorities do the best they can do, you know.
Are they at least comfy chairs? If they are, I'd vote for them. How can people turn into chairs?
Then again, some topics of discussion are questionable.
Hey dude, staring at the lovely angels I see.
What?
Don't you fret, my good man. I know precisely what you're thinking. You wanna woo one of them, don't you?
I really don't.
Well, you're in luck, because for a limited time offer, Wait, really?
Yeah, we're secretly going after Masato. I glanced at the others. They seemed to be immersed in conversation, filling the cafe with a pleasant buzz. Maybe now's my chance to have a little chat with Yahiko. Say, Yahiko. I paused for a moment, trying to find the right words. I was wondering, we never figured why Mr. Ryota. We never figured out Mr. Ryota's motive. Do you happen to know? As I fumble awkwardly with my message, Yahiko interrupts me.
It's fine, dude. I get it. It's kind of hard to think about, 5 people I know, all gone.
He smiles, painfully forced.
Anyway, I don't understand all of these killings. But when I was talking with my mom and dad about it, they got totally stressed. I don't know, it doesn't really make any sense. The police don't seem to have a clue either. I mean, apparently Mr. Ryota's an immigrant, but why? Why would he kill 4 kids for no reason?
His voice becomes gratingly strident, halting all activity in the cafe. Everyone turns to Yahiko open-mouthed, no doubt taken aback at the sudden gravity in his tone. And then, in the blink of an eye, Yahiko's face suddenly flashes back into his trademark grin, without a hint of shadow.
What bothers you so, my good minions? Have I captured your hearts?
A moment of silence follows. I can see the hesitation on everyone's faces, the hesitation of wanting to help Yahiko, but not knowing how. His toothy smile, his arrogant front. It's an impenetrable wall that it's impossible to break down. Is it possible to help him when he doesn't really want it? It doesn't seem so. Eventually the group awkwardly returns to conversation, and Yahiko's shoulders slump just slightly in relief. It's trying to see his personality switch at the bend of an eye, but maybe that's his coping mechanism, just like mine, and standing from afar, mocking anything I can.
Sorry, dude. Anyway, there's a lot of things about Mr. Ryota that still doesn't make sense. It gives me a bad feeling.
Okay, we'll stop here for now at this episode. We'll see where this goes. I actually thought this game would be over now that we found the killer and rescued Rui and did a thing, but I guess it's still going on. I'll see you next time. If you haven't already, comment, like, subscribe. I am tatocat. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon.